Welcome to the ongoing Rube Goldberg machine that makes spoilage. That is a first attempt at full Gleba automation that kind of worked. We got some tech going. It's Factorio, it's Space Age, it's not Novice, it's a bit of a mess. We need to be able to we need a better way to clear out all of the spoilage and also have some emergency supply of nutrients at the same time. So we're going to do something like not that way, like this, and then also filter out any of this stuff that spoils. Spoilage of any quality. Yeah, we have a number of issues that we have to kind of address. Do we have to address them? Not really. Kind of. But like a lot of these things are out of the parts they need. We need to get some of this running again. Yeah, it's a delicate balance of figuring out what isn't working anymore and why, and then trying to make it work, and then also have a ton, having everything go wrong as you do. Oh, that's... Yeah, then a variety of things that we messed up at the end of the... all over last episode, including not connecting this water so we weren't getting any rocket fuel, so that was why one category of things was building up on the belt. Not getting, needing more of these nutrients, and then also not having particularly good systems for managing buffers and things like that. Like that will... you still have some? Okay, so that might get it back online. Here we go. Okay, so now we've got nutrients coming out, which is nice. And yeah, I want to do more things like this around the place that say, okay, capture the ingredients you need. Okay, all of this spoilage here is pretty bad because spoiling pentapods is... What spoiled? I guess it was the nutrients that spoiled. Yeah. You guys can run, get all of this off the belt as well. Kind of gross. You also ran out of nutrients. Yeah, running out of nutrients, not happy. Having quality nutrients around the place, also kind of weird. Yeah, a lot of spoilage. And then we just need to get more nutrients in here. Some of which are sometimes running, so that... Yeah, so of the various problems were that, I added some filter inserters over here to pull spoilage off the agricultural science, so this is like 100 science packs that are just a little bit sad. Why are you not? Because we don't have the prod mods? We don't even have the prod mods for half of these labs. Okay, yeah. At least we are getting some agricultural science, and there's... Yeah, patterns like this where I want to say, okay, try and save some of the materials you need so that you can re-ingest them into the builds, because all of these things are going by kind of fast, so that we can, clear the spoilage off the belts, except that in those cases... Yeah, this is starting to work again, so maybe we recovered it. Maybe it doesn't feel great though. Yeah. I think what we want to do is grab... I think we want to circuit condition... Because this is still not feeling stable. Circuit condition, say, here. And link that up to these inserters so that they only run if we have any quality of... That's not the one we wanted. We didn't want to filter there. We wanted this thing. Enable any quality of nutrient. We cannot actually check that. To be less than, say, 2. And then we want to read the contents on this belt. Because we really only want these guys to run. Okay, we just turned off something somewhere. Okay, yeah, we kind of only want these guys to run if We are that short on stuff. And then why are we getting... Oh, we're getting seeds over here because this seed buffer is full. No. Why are we getting seeds here? That is not a thing that I enjoy. They should only be in that direction. Like, we should only be getting things... We should only be getting seeds over here if the other buffer already had all the seeds it wanted, which is... you know, sure, things running. We were running. Other things that we wanted to do. We have some platforms around the place. This platform now has a pile of science to bring us. It has bullets to survive the journey, and it has modules which will make our labs more power intensive, which will... You gonna go? You're already at Gleba? Okay, no idea why that took as long as it did. I bet it was waiting for a delivery of some kind. There was probably a thing heading up. Yeah. So, this is kind of slightly more what I think it should look like. We've got a boiler here that's looking for landfill on these belts and not finding it, which is great. We've got... yeah, this is where... and we should also have more nutrients over here. Why are we not getting that many nutrients? It's the same... yeah, the same issue. But we should have... yeah, we just haven't got them through. I think we need... wait, if you're filtering nutrients off there, let's have one here. And like that. And this should give you a better job of to get all the things that you need. We still don't yet. We've got many things being a mess, but that's okay. These guys not having nutrients is a little bit of a shame, but it's only rocket fuel. We kind of don't care. Are we... This spoilage power grid seems to be doing most of what we wanted to. And then, yeah, then I wanted nutrients, didn't I? I wanted somewhere in, say, here, a thing that will go nutrients of at least uncommon. Okay, fine. I was in the middle of setting that filter. At least uncommon. Greater than or equal to uncommon quality. And then... yeah, put both of these guys over here, because these are probably still helpful to have around. As are... I guess you guys got everything you wanted? You're now worrying about the eyes. That's good. We wanted you to be worrying about the eyes. Then let's have this guy powered. Let's... yeah, things continuing to be a mess. Okay, this ship that is now in the orbit of Gleba, yeah, doesn't really have guns surrounding it. We want all the modules. We want some of the landmines, and then we want, yeah, kind of all of the science. As we do that, let's get ourselves an upgrade planner that will turn all the prod mod 1s into prod mod 2s, because we have the prod mod 2s now. And this should also significantly improve the power grid usage, as well as getting more tech out. And oh, I don't have some of these things. Yeah, you also still don't have guns in all directions, so let's launch these back to the surface. Give me the landmines as well. You're not going to do anything with the landmines. And then, if your launching is done, you are going to go back to Norvis, where there are not so many asteroids that could give you some problems. But, yeah, we kind of want these as well. I kind of don't want... Are we stable? Did this stabilize? Maybe we can talk about the circuit networks now. Maybe we don't want... maybe we don't want these things heading out so much. Because I don't necessarily want the nutrients here. I kind of want... why are we getting... these seeds should not be here. We should be getting... they should be going in here and filtered into... I don't think they... Are they going to be quality? They shouldn't be quality. They should just be from this productivity bonus. They come out... Oh, they're going over here. Because they're not always winning versus those inserters. But also, the seeds on this belt should still hit the same thing, go over here, and still end up in this direction. I am confusion. And then I've also got upgraded rocket fuel. Upgraded rocket fuel is kind of okay. All of these seeds are trees that should be over here, and I'm going to need to do a bit of a better job figuring out why they're not going through that splitter and back out to the patch. That is the thing that is a concern. Yeah, rocket fuel we just mentioned. We wanted this to be any quality. And then down here we've got... Are we having a power grid issue at the moment? Oh, we're just waiting for... Oh, these also should be spoilage of any quality. If any item of any quality spoils, put it in the grid. And then otherwise just wait for things to spoil. And then also it occurred to me that, yeah... Why are you... Oh, you just weren't processing all of these things out because you weren't getting... Who knows why. And then some of these eggs aren't even running anymore. I mean, it's entirely possible that the entire Gleba experience could be running around making stuff like this continue to work in the same way. And that would be a shame. This spot over here is a space where the pentapods might mature inconveniently. Do I also want... Yeah, you're also not getting... But should we not be getting some of these nutrients out now? Are you not doing nutrient things? We're not getting jellies out? We should be getting jellies out? Oh, you're... Okay, so we weren't getting nutrients out because these guys weren't getting nutrients. That's kind of why I wanted these boxes down here of, say, medium quality nutrients. Not that I wanted to be doing this myself. Yeah, okay, so let's do... Let's do a thing where we're also refreshing these from the buffer from items that are good enough, and then... If these guys are all waiting for pentapod eyes... No, some of them are out of nutrients. Okay, yeah. Because the pentapod eyes... Okay, so this is all still a disastrous manual thing. The grid is holding on, kind of. We were going to put the rocket fuel into the grid as well. Oh, these are also landfill of any quality. We need to get this stuff into the grid. And then there's wood here as well, so whatever. Yeah, is it stable? This does look like it's maybe stabilizing. And we are doing... I mean, all of this is a bit of a shame. But we are doing research. I am not going to put the spoilage in the assembler that has all of... Yeah, that... Rocket fuel of different kinds? Yeah, any quality? Sure. So we've got rocket fuel. This is also what we were going to be using for the power grid. I just don't know if we are stable enough yet, although it kind of looks like we might be stabilizing, to actually do anything other than manage this and make sure things aren't broken. Yeah, we need to get the rocket fuel in here. All of these labs going is weird. Maybe we're stable? Are we defensively stable? Maybe? Okay. In that case, congratulations me for maybe having some stable... Yeah, this guy's planted all his stuff. He's planted nearly all his things. There aren't any seeds on... Yeah, there aren't any seeds on that part of... There aren't any seeds here either. We should be processing these jellies out. Maybe it is just time to... Okay, I guess we're going to pull this trigger regardless of whether or we're ready for it or not. This space down here is to kind of copy this entire build again. This one doesn't want to live here. We're still pulling spoilage off the belts if there's any spoilage off the belts. We need to be doing something better with this jelly. But at least with the jelly we should be getting all the seeds out at the same time, right? And then over here, this is actually in a pattern of 2. So the 2 goes there and then there. And I don't know if we are ready for this, because this will increase our throughput, but it will increase our throughput of nutrients, which looks like a thing we are kind of struggling for. And then also what I wanted to do was have another kind of input here, in a kind of cheeky way, to be able to go, you grab nutrients specifically of normal quality, because that's what these guys need. And then that belt can go over here. This belt can go over here, not over there, over here. I wonder if bots have all these things. And then these are pentapod eyes that we are using, so that's cool. Yeah, and then this can stay here until we get use filters spoilage of any quality. So you guys can just have yourselves a supply of helpful stuff, and then when it's no longer helpful, wait a minute, we can just dump it back in here. How do we get it in there? We can go... not having belt is weird. No, we don't actually want to use that one as well. Do we want it to go, will this work? This will not work. Just go over there. Which will be a belt that can be permitted to spoil. Why do we have random stuff in here? Oh, we have... Yeah, that's right, because we wanted to be able to pull the spoilage out of this thing as well, didn't we? Okay, so nutrients are fine now. Does that mean you're fine? No, it means you don't have eyes. Are you guys fine? No, because you don't have eyes. Why don't you have... Is it still nutrients? We should be fine for nutrients. Yeah, so let's do this differently as well. You grab nutrients specifically of the rank that we want, and then... This is going to be super inconvenient, but we won't need this one. Because I want to put a long-handed inserted here. Okay, I guess we're doing that. So you have things of this quality. We are still running around with all of this faff. Okay, you get spoilage of any quality. Any quality might turn into the kind of the Gleba spoilage thing. Okay, so we've now got 2 places where this guy can be caching the nutrients it needs, or the stuff it needs to keep the nutrients running. We've since run through a lot of these things, including some rare things. Oh well. These nutrients should make it round, but the reason why these are here is so that we can feed these, because hand feeding stuff is great like that. These guys are no longer getting... Should this be of any quality as well? It probably should. And then there's one over here that's also... Yeah, so we need to get... How is the power grid? It's kind of okay. We're still... That's weird. Are we just not pulling steam out of these engines? Okay. Because the other thing we wanted to do was figure out how to get this rocket fuel into... Also more... Yeah, we want to be able to have a steam buffer. And then I don't like all these guys being empty, so you guys just go for ages, and Maybe it's fine because we're just not doing enough science, but we are doing a fair amount of science. We got all the module upgrades in? Weird. Okay. And there's not much spoilage, which is good. And there aren't... Oh yeah, you are still... It would be a good move to buffer less of this here. So... You go there. You are taking from here. Okay, so that has reduced the size of the buffer. And then all this stuff can just live in there, which means that... Actually, we can do this with one of these inserters as well. Cool, cool, great. Normal things. Everyone enjoys this a lot. Yeah, science... I mean, science is going. How long before we just decide that we've done everything we want to on Gleba and then go home? And... yeah, we're in the situation of actually needing to drop that rocket fuel into the power grid, I think. I don't think the power grid is... Okay, I remember talking about wanting to reorganize these combinators to do a different thing, so I don't want to explain what they're doing at the moment, and I'm going to hope that the base is stable enough to reorganize the combinators, even though it might not be because we're only running this stuff from... Oh no, we do have occasional jellies falling through as well, which is kind of good. Yeah. Ooh, okay, yeah, I am acutely aware that the first 20 minutes of this episode has been a complete mess, and also the last half hour of the previous episode was also a complete mess, as we kind of onlined this Gleba base for the first time and then run around troubleshooting firefighting. But it might be the case that Gleba is kind of now in a low wastage, high productivity bonus, somewhat stable, perhaps even manufacturing state, which it's about, yeah, it's a little over 40 hours into this marathon Deathworld. We have done, yeah, we've done a couple of techs, including a 2000 tech one, that, and we're also then halfway through efficiency modules, because like what else were we going to get? Oh hey, we can get the tool belt after we unlock, yeah, get the tool belt. After we unlock this carbon fiber, get the tool belt, that's a good plan. So the tech is kind of running, which I am impressed and a little bit surprised with. So cool. And yeah, we did have time to reorganize the circuit networks. Let's talk about the labs first, because we kind of haven't done that, and I also realized that there was a dumb thing in the middle of this that should not be the case. So this is a pattern that a bunch of people might recognize. If you go in there, it's very similar to the old school speedrun thing of like, have a collection of labs, have the labs pass through for only 2 or 3 tiers, because that's how far you can go without running into issues with packs. This one running the other way, you're supposed to, or at least usually, in speedrun circumstances, you will have another, not that way, another row of labs passing inserters the other way, and this ensures that all of your labs on the back row, like it means that if you have, actually in this case it doesn't matter because all the belts are kind of coming from the same side, but you can have belts of science coming from the other direction, like so, and still be able to still make sure that you don't have like, the common example is like purple science on one side of the build and yellow science on the other side of the build. If you do this kind of thing where you're passing these science packs around and then also handing them on, then you can make sure that the last row of labs, and often beacons in here as well, the last row of labs have all the science packs. And then this is, yeah, this kind of one row in, another row in, underground thing, pretty standard. This is the extra little hack to get another belt of science in here, which are being inserted, where is it, this way? Yeah, this inserter into this lab, this inserter into this lab. We've got more inserters passing science packs on, because we might have more science packs, and then this will allow us to get purple science in here as well, and then also yellow science on the inside. Yeah, so we're up to 2, 4, 6, 8 belts of science into this lab. And if we really wanted to, actually, let's do this. We could have another inserter here and get another 2 sciences into these labs. I don't know if we have those sciences. I mean, we certainly don't at the moment. We have neither purple nor yellow at the moment. That'll be pretty easy to fix though, to be honest. So yeah, so that's how that lab setup is. There's like, yeah, you give me that back. Put it over here. Don't bother moving things unless someone has a place for it to go. I think that was when I was mucking around with those myself. Yeah, the space for a beacon, but whatever, is just kind of ticking along. We got some productivity bonus, which is nice. And yeah, we've got... Are you guys not running because of... Yeah, you're not running because of nutrients. Yeah, but we should be fixing that pretty soon. Yeah, I think we actually get productivity modules and throw a couple of productivity modules in here, which isn't going to get us... Okay, actually we might have solved the nutrients problem by the looks of things. Yeah, whatever. Okay, go back to doing a lot of quality stuff. Yeah, so we've got quality in some of our science ingredients. We've got quality happening for some of our sciences, which is exciting. Yeah, so we've got possibly some rare, and I think I fed it back over here. It's probably gone now. So we've got some rare and uncommon sciences, agricultural sciences, which is great. We've got... It did strike me that some of this spoilage here might not be depressing science pack spoilage. It might actually be nutrient or pentapoop spoilage. But yeah, let's talk about how the circuit networks are set up, because it's kind of... Okay, no, we're going to do one other thing, a quick hack first that we're going to revisit later, and... no, actually, we're fine. Yeah, so what do these circuit networks do, and why was I reconfiguring them? Basically, when we were... I think it was 2 episodes ago, we were poking around trying to get some kind of automation of a thing to work at all, and it kinda did, and I noticed a couple of things. And first of all, yeah, the first thing that I wanted to avoid was a whole lot of fruit turning up and backing up on the way back to wherever the trees were and spoiling on the belt and all of that stuff being bad. So the first thing that the circuit network does is there's a combinator here that counts how many jelly nuts we have and outputs the think of this as a jelly request if we have less than some number. And then there's one on the other side that also does the same thing. Okay, I can't click on it. That does the same thing except for the Yomako and the Yomako mash. And these, so we kind of separate the signal from the fruit so that if we do accidentally connect this belt or we somehow merge these 2 networks, they're currently separate, everything won't break because the things on the other end are also looking for the Yomako mash sort of symbol rather than anything else. And then there's a box of stuff, and these are essentially what I'm using to... Okay, yeah, actually, no, we still need to talk about this, yeah. These are what I'm using to sort of activate or deactivate other patches of things. So, Yomako have... I wonder if we can see... Yeah, we've got radar coverage down here. Yomako have an association with copper. All of the copper stromatolite... stromatolite, whatever, is sort of co-located with Yomako. The copper bacteria things have recipes that are sort of mixed in with the Yomako, and so we're going to use all the instances of copper stuff in this chest, including the chips, because chips are mostly copper, to indicate Yomako patches, and then iron for the jelly fruits, because they're jelly nuts. And so what that means is, this is the steel, the air quotes steel plate Yomako site, and what that means is this combinator is checking whether or not we need jellies and also whether or not this actually, I have done this wrong, we need to change this again. Yeah, this actually needs to be looking for the jelly nut. Jelly nut. should be equal to 0 on either network. Yes, that's why we shifted it off. That's why we shifted it off the other network. Yeah, this is also a thing that has 2 different networks on it in a fairly important way. Oh, this is where all the seeds have gone. I'm okay with you having seeds like that. I would like to give you the seeds like that. Okay. Yeah, and so the idea of this is this patch here is the steel patch, and the combinators here are checking whether or not we want steel, yeah, whether or not we have steel in that box, and so whether or not we want products from this spot. And so when we go to, for example, over here, are we going over here? This one's going to be easier, isn't it? When we go over here, we are going to call this the... give it the tag of iron pole. Actually, we'll call it, well, this one is going to be gear wheels. Why UPS? Why? Jelly nut. Gear wheel jelly nut. And so the combinators we put next to these cranes will check whether or not we want gears. And so what this inserter is doing is it's kind of a full start, full stop. Like if we rotated this all the way around to take the things out of the box and put them in the box that's not on the circuit network, then none of the combinators on the patches will find the triggers they need to make their cranes work. And there was another thing over here as well, because one of the other things I noticed was that, yeah, this is a pretty good example. I'm happy with how this has turned out. See, all of these trees are in slightly different growing stages, because one of the things I had noticed is there is a growing time, but also if you just let a crane collect all the stuff, it'll blast through the patch. This over here looks like it does because we have not spread out the seeds very well. We should be getting more here as well. And so the other thing that this combinator does is it checks for jellies equal to 0 and is linked to the inventory of the agricultural tower. And what that means, we can see it at the moment. It grabbed a tree. This combinator said, no, wait, you stop. And so we are not putting any more jelly fruit into this input. And so that has a couple of pleasant consequences. Number one, we aren't having any more jelly fruit sit around in the output slots of the crane, starting to spoil. And then also, that was a thing that I was wondering what would happen. I've got some rocket fuel. You guys have some rocket fuel. This is the thing I was going to check. Yeah, this is the thing that I said, oh, it's fine, we don't need to check that yet. And it was not. So anyway, never mind. We are probably still... Yeah, sure, we've got a little bit of time now. Rocket fuel is pretty good. And so the other thing that disabling this crane does is it means we're not going from tree to tree to tree to blast them all to have a big line of fruit just heading back. Like, there will be a bit of pause between one tree breaking and the next one being broken, which spreads out these fruit going back, which is important. And then, yeah, with several cranes, the idea is this would be a slow, even set of fruit that we could work through at the base. Also because we are using, using long-handed inserters here rather than fast inserters, but that was also so that I could spoil as few tiles as possible, kind of. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, this one needs to check jelly fruit. This one also actually I have to set all of these up wrong. Jelly nut. The network, or whatever. Because, yeah, the goal of this... That's why we're juggling the signal onto the jelly nut request at the other side, so that we can have this combinator checking jelly nuts, and then also have this on a different signal, so that this doesn't see anything else that's getting wrong, or that this is just seeing the green light from the combinator. So that's part of that. And then the other thing, so we want to move this here. This inserter is failing to grab from this piece of corner belt, just like that. And so this guy has got all the seeds, whereas what I need to do is put a splitter. Yeah, I need to do this instead with a splitter, so that this guy gets some of the seeds, so that we can also tap this area. Because what's happening at the moment is this entire thing that is still looking kind of functional in a way is running off one train, or one crane bringing me jelly nuts. And they're just all of this is working, all of this is working via productivity bonuses and no spoilage, which I'm pretty happy about. But yeah, oh, yeah. It's these guys over here. It's because we're making rocket fuel. Yeah, and then the other thing that I also realized that I needed to adjust is, down here, you've got all the seeds, and what we really want is for you to have the seeds. And yeah, when I built this crane, I thought, it'll be fine, it's got a whole lot of trees in its range. It turns out, this crane is stuck, because, yeah, it can't plant anything, it can't harvest anything, because all the trees are in the range of this crane. And so this crane has reserved all these trees for itself. Which is a completely fine thing for it to do. Now that I know that that is a thing, we're going to move this crane, just have this crane instead, move half the seeds over to this crane so it can plant them over here. Yeah, and then the same thing, we've got, yeah, exactly the same thing. We've got a long splitter into a corner red belt. That's why all of the seeds have ended up in one place. And then we can also see here, there's a lot of different trees in a lot of different stages of maturity. And this is a happy farm. Okay, the other reason why we're running out of power is that all of this power plant, and all of this power plant, and this power plant, and these cheeky spoilage grabbing things in the middle of the sushi belts, they are all running on spoilage, which we don't have much of, which is super cool, except that we do need a way to be able to, you know, continue to have power if we don't have spoilage, and that's partly what this rocket fuel is for. So we've got this pump into a tank that's checking whether or not there is some reserve of steam here, and if there is not, we are going to use this buffer of non-quality rocket fuel. We don't have a lot of quality in the rocket fuel. Mostly we wanted volume, but I think we probably could have. We've got the quality mods now, don't we? I think we can quality that in a bit. I think we can quality it right now because the bots will have it. Change prod mod 1 to quality 2, and then look over here at this rocket fuel and this rocket fuel and this rocket fuel and this rocket fuel. Is that true? We're only going to do half the rocket fuels. Because we don't need a lot of car driving stuff. It's fine. But what I did want to do is rearrange... Okay, so all of these need to change as well. This entire row needs to not be here. Because we kind of want this steam to also be accessible to all of these steam engines, so that these boilers can also be putting steam in the buffer. And then maybe we should also make this work first, because this looks like it's kind of struggling. Okay, so how are the engines? The engines are still kind of holding on. Okay, yeah, let's at least get... No, we're going to do the boilers first. Yeah, these boilers won't need a whole lot of help, in the sense that we can just use simple, normal, not particularly fast inserters, because these guys are going to be looking at rocket fuel, whereas, yeah, over here we've got a bunch of fast inserters to make sure we can grab all the spoilage. And then rocket fuel just gets in the build, and water... I had different connections of water in different places for some reason. Actually, we're going to have another line of... Yeah, we've just broken a bunch of stuff there. It's fine. We'll put it back. So we can have water here. We can have the same thing, vertical flip going there, but we're not going to need all the power poles. These guys are going to need a water connection as well, and a power connection. And then we're just going to need some way to get this steam in through this... Yeah, in through this pump, because we don't want to be using this rocket fuel if we don't have to, but we will use this rocket fuel if we have to. And then let's put the steam engines back, because we kind of broke these off so that they could all share. We're going to do the wave defense pattern of these, which is we have medium poles, so we're going to tile it by 3, and somewhere something like that. This is... Why aren't these guys filling up? I guess these boilers have just shut off. I mean, they've got water, right? They've got water. They've got steam. We are kind of... is it something about... This is how much steam there is in the... Maybe we should also have a tank here. Whatever. We're not going to worry about it. It's fine. If you guys needed more steam, you would get it. Anyway, more of this power plant. And this can go anywhere at this point, to be honest. In fact, we're going to get this guy out of the way. We're going to push some more up here. Ratios are fake, and it doesn't matter. Actually, we've got in orbit... We've got some more of these we can drop down. Let's have some more roboports as well. Let's restart this carbon thing. Yeah, because we were using the carbon... I think at this point we want to get rid of all of this. Maybe even this as well. Because we had a temporary smelting thing, but I think one of the other things I was going to look at was also the smelting situation. So we've got 8 boilers here. That's probably going to be enough steam. Give me a bunch of this stuff. So we are still using the power from the spoilage if we can. Keep making walls, please. But then we've got this setup that says emergency nutrients part. We've got just a bunch of other stuff that we are waiting for it to go off. You guys are waiting on things, and the things we are waiting on are getting nutrients, which is a thing that I am okay with. I'm not even sure we've had a pentapod explosion yet, which is a thing I'm super happy about. Anyway, get the gears, get the carbon, because we'll need them. We've still got... Yeah, we're running down on copper. Yeah, I mean, all of these things are 3.61. We kind of need to call the platform spacecraft back and get those over here. Okay, yeah, I think the thing that we are currently worried about is the fact that we've only got one crane in each of these places. So I'm going to wander over and, yeah, create a larger pollution cloud. Maybe we need to kill these guys as well. Maybe... I think if we go over... Wasn't there... Oh, these guys. Oh, hey, you know where my seeds could be? Maybe we could, you know, have... What even is here? Nothing's here at all. Yeah, this is not doing anything. Maybe we should actually, you know, complete the path back to the patch. Cool. Just a couple of little guys. There's a medium little guy. Chance to spawn medium stompers, which I don't think I like, so I think we should nuke these dudes, and I think we're going to do it with landfill. And by landfill, I mean landmines. Oh hey, there's bots. Don't be doing it with bots. Nope. Where's some... Oh, come on. There has to be some place I can put... Here's a place I can put gun turrets. That took far too long. I hope we didn't lose any bots. 18 and 6. Maybe we lost a bot. And they're still struggling with the landmines, as you do. Oh, I ran out of shotgun ammo. That's, sure. You know what? I can also put the gun turrets on the landfill. All these labs going is wild. So our agricultural science rate is 75 per minute. I mean, there's going to be quality stuff and lab productivity in there as well, but I'm still pretty happy with that. Let's talk about some things that were silly. People might have heard me talk about what I wanted the signals to do and thought to themselves, that's cool, but your signals don't do that, and they would be correct, so we should fix that. Yeah, it used to be that the item code and these were bonded together and then only sent one signal out to the combinators on the patch, but now we need to have these things check all three conditions. Jellies as well. Jellies and equals 1. So the jelly nut is the thing that's in the crane that we want to not be collecting if the crane has already got some stuff, and that helps keep the patch nice and sort of a variety of spread of ages rather than having just all the trees and then no trees and then waiting 3 minutes for them to ripen. Then the steel, because this is the steel is the unit we are using to control this patch, and then the jelly is the signal of whether or not we are needing more jelly fruits on the belts. So that's that's how we should set up this one, and also this one over here. And then also we should, well, you're not, because this is the thing where you're all just waiting for the more to mature. That is a thing. Let's go and do that on the other patch as well. These fruits equals 0, and then also mash. Where's mash? There's mash. Equals 1. Copper greater than 0. Sure, okay, whatever. It will still work. Okay, let's distract from that silliness by setting up another science. Let's go back to Novice, and we've got the achievements for having yellow and purple science. Visit Gleba, rush to space, not race, rush. Research a technology using another planet science before unlocking production or utility science packs. So we've done that now, so we can figure out how to just bodge some purple, pull some yellow science in, and here's a belt of LDS and blue chips, which we're just going to take and run this way, because over here looks like a place where we can build some science. Is that true? Where else is this belt going? This belt is going over here? We could just branch it there. I think I like doing that instead. Okay, so all you guys are not going to get to do that. Sorry. And you will get to be there, and we are instead going to have... I still don't know what the key for Super Force build is. That's enough. And then which way are we prioritizing things? It kind of doesn't matter. Everything is kind of blocked up and slow, which is fine. Okay, so that's 2 of them. And then over here, we've got the rocket parts. Well, the robot parts. So I think we're going to get rid of these 2 things and run this underneath. And then we can, move this around a little bit. Fast inserters. Not that thing. Okay, and this is the other ingredient we need for purple science, or for yellow science, I think. Let's actually check that this recipe is what we... because these could have been researched before we went anywhere else. So that checks out. That works. So we're doing the toolbar equipment. Actually, we've now got 2 full lab setups with all these kinds of science. So I reckon we can do yellow and then purple. Should we get logistics spots? That's quite large. Let's do tool belt, because we probably have a bunch of agricultural stuff to use up, and then we'll go back for logistics system, which we will be able to hit nice and hard, because 60-second tech. We might need more labs. What are these things doing? 30-second labs? What was the carbon fiber that we just did? 60-second. So this is why we were doing full lab utilization. That also means we don't really need to worry about extending the labs for this thing either. Okay, so now we can have labs on 2 completely different worlds, banging through the utility science research real fast, and then we want to get this belt somewhere through here. We just fudge this in somehow, it'll be fine. It's not going to be fine there. Do this. This is pretty much exactly the place we want it to be. Okay, I guess we just do yellow science here. Purple science is going to need a bunch of stone and stuff like that, which we're probably, I guess, getting from this patch, given it's just there. But let's find the blue science, because it's got the modules we want, and then unset this recipe. Nope, copy this, paste it in all those places. Okay, bots could do that, and then we want to get... I think we're doing this... I think we're going to set this up as if we have beacons, because maybe we have beacons? Or at least maybe we would like to beacon these later. So yeah, power pole here, get this stuff. Is that a good number? Let's go with that. Oh wait, and maybe we should also have some output inserters in kind of the same way. And then we've got 2 inputs. We are actually not making this science... Yeah, we aren't making... Which way do they go out? Do they go... They've got to go over this way, don't they? They've got to come out over to the right. Yeah, we can make some productivity science, or some utility science, which is pretty exciting. And then we're going to have these guys go in the same direction. Here. And then also, yeah, let's keep that in case we want to extend it, but I would rather extend this by upgrading assemblers instead, sure. And then we also don't have the bot frames to support this. These will be struggling for bot frames for a while. Actually, you're making logistics robots, right? What you could make is laser turrets. Because you got all the stuff here to make laser turrets, especially if we blast all of that and copy you like this. Okay, we could have done this with 2 fast inserters, whatever. And then... Yeah, I don't think we want either of these inserters at this point. I just put all of these guys in a box. Is this the right kind of box? That's not the right kind of box. Surely you must have the right kind of box somewhere. Yeah, just make me 4 stacks of laser turrets with some kind of quality. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then, yeah, so we've got all of the yellow science running, which is strange. I probably shouldn't be quite so surprised by that. And then there's, yeah, the power that's going underneath the power balls. I'm fine with that. Yeah, so yellow science. We also needed some yellow science in a box. So we're actually going to go... I think we put purple science on this belt as well, maybe, or at least we tolerate it. So we're going to send that with pride. Actually, can we even get this to the labs? We've only got 1 free belt to be getting stuff into the labs. Oh, and also we should maybe, for this little bit, not do that at all. In fact, I don't think we need... Yeah, what have we done? That's the same, that's not the same, so let's make it the same. These guys are... Also, you guys have been struggling the whole time because you didn't have any green science. That's hilarious. Oh well. Yeah, because we still need to... I guess we need to reorganize this like the other labs. Because we need to get yet another belt of stuff in, and so the way to do that would be to take all of this and move it down. Okay, so we're going to worry about that later, because we are still... Yeah, this one is going to go... are we outside of... We're not outside of Rebel range. Did I accidentally choose a greens? I accidentally chose a turbo splitter when I wanted a basic splitter. Sure, whatever. Moving on, we're implementing a new kind of science. It's very exciting. We want more of these logistics spots here. This is inside logistics range, which is great. We've now got another quality 3 module. Where do we want the quality 3 module to go? Well, we're going to worry about that later. Yep, definitely worry about that later. Actually, fast inserters in here, and then also limit these to the same amount, and then connect up this power, and we actually have some yellow science. I should probably be less surprised by that. Where... I don't know if we can spaghetti things in... We can definitely spaghetti things in through here. And so... Oh yeah, here we are. This is straight up just where we are. And then I think we're expecting to pull some back from space, which is fair. We're kind of doing more sending than anything else at the moment. I think we're just going to go filter off the yellow science, because the yellow science is the one we've actually got, and just run that in here. And now we've got yellow science in the labs as well. And then, yeah, I don't need that much green science. And then it means we've got another 3,000 green science in storage that we'll pull before these ones. But whatever, we speed module the green science precisely for this reason. It's fine. And now we've also done all of the ticks that were just red, blue, and... Oh no, wait, there's still the logistics thing in the queue. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, we are now back to... Oh wow, what are we waiting on? Red science? That's not what I expected. You guys go faster. Maybe it's what I should have expected, because the red science was a thing we were just building here. And that also makes this situation a little more critical, doesn't it? 500, only a couple thousand. And yeah, because we did want to reorganize the smelting. And then, as long as this stuff doesn't expire, I'm kind of fine with it. And it looks like we've done this whole thing well enough that we've still got... Because, like, these agricultural science packs, their duration is like an hour or something, isn't it? An hour. Can we push... I mean, especially if... Oh, no, that's the... Okay, so the more serious problem is all of this pentapod stuff. Yeah, so we do need to get more smelting online. We can actually do this the other way as well, can't we? We can go over here. This is not a permanent thing. This is just some amount of stuff to get... can't go there. It's got to be jumped onto the network like so. Well, not exactly like so, but in some other comparable way. Lots of these science, lots of these other kinds of science. Okay, we actually kind of need... How many is this? 1,200, 2,000. We are going to need... another... Okay, we're actually going to bump logistics back, because I would rather that we were using this tech, and then we need to get a lot more of the other kinds of science in. Okay, maybe we have saved ourselves from being silly a little. How is... So we've got more jellies coming out here, and then somewhere here... Yeah, we're actually struggling for nutrients, aren't we? I really wasn't expecting to be struggling for that many nutrients. And it is a whole belt of... Is it a whole belt of nutrients here? It is, and sometimes they're quality nutrients. So we're just doing that much stuff and not getting that many nutrients back. Crazy. Okay, sure. Yeah, because the thing I was thinking about is... And I was wondering if it was going to be over here, because this is like the jelly overflow belt. Is we have... Actually, right here. A recipe to do something with this carbon fiber stuff. Oh, it doesn't use... It uses the mash. It doesn't use... I thought it used the jelly. Okay, in that case, it's not going here. And we don't actually have any mash on belts, because all the mash is direct insert. So... Yeah, the other thing I was going to do is use this rocket fuel to do a bacteria smelting thing. But I think instead of that, we do something else we haven't done yet. Which might be... Yeah, so now we are... labs limited, and we are pulling these things out, so that's fine. Can we get away with... I don't think we can actually get away with the amount of gears we've got here. But I also don't think we're doing anything about it. I think we're going to do something else that we haven't done yet. I think over here... This guy is a stomper. And we haven't killed a stomper yet, and I actually think we need to kill that nest in particular, because we're polluting it now that we've got two cranes. Two cranes that are both... pretty happy. So yeah, let's go kill a stomper and then worry about running out of gears. Oh wow, we're running out of gears right now. Okay, so it's nighttime. It looks like we have their attention. I don't know if that's good or not. Do we have landmines? We have landmines? Okay, these guys... Are we actually doing damage to these things? And I don't really want to hit a tree. It doesn't look like... Health... He is immune to landmines. Well done, sir. Okay. I guess in that case, we have... Yeah, we've got to do a turrets thing with yellow ammo. Does he deal damage to things? He does deal damage to things by stomping on them. I like that. But we have also just killed the Stomper, so I like that as well. Yeah, dudes that are immune to landmines. Okay, so repair all of those things, get all these guys repaired as well. Do I have damaged turrets? I do. Open the Factoriopedia because we got that accidentally wrong. Cool, so we've got a dude that... Oh wow, we've actually got... And then we mine his skull. That's pretty dark. I mean, I realize we were already pretty dark, but... Oh, no bots, don't do that. And then I should have... Yeah, I should actually get... Yeah, losing those blueprints when you go to another planet is a little bit of annoyance, but never mind. Okay, we want item on ground, and then also landmine. So now we can get rid of these things. And then also let's make sure we've got gun turret in there as well, so we can pick up our gun turrets. And... Oh, is he a... So this is also a medium spawner thing, and he's got 8,000 health, and we've got... We went through a lot of bullets killing the last one, and this one is probably going to have more armor. Cool. I wonder what happens when we die here. Do we die on our planet? Do we come back on... Like, dying on a different planet is also a cool thing. We come back on the place we were, which is a little bit of shame because we don't have any of the armor, and we don't have any of the facilities, and then we also don't have the bots, and we also don't want our corpse to expire. So that's going to be a super cool trick. Yeah, maybe I should have respected the medium stompers a little more. And yeah, I was looking at a pool of 3,000 health, thinking... 3,000 we can do with the landmines pretty easily. Oh, the Stomper is in fact right still there. Interesting. In that case, can we... Oh, if the Stomper is there, and it's got a long aggro range, does it? Is it staying next to the corpse just because... And it's actually faster than me, it's going to kill me again. Cool. Now does it stand by the second corpse? Yeah, I don't care about that corpse, I want this corpse. And there is also this dude. Can we get... We can recover. Okay, so now we've got the shields, we've got the legs, we've got all the stuff back that we were kind of worried about losing. We've also got one other pentapod egg that we got from the other dude's skull, and I still would like this base gone, and this guy has 8,000 health, 250 resistance to physical damage. I do have 84 poison capsules, but also maybe I need to do this... I think I want to try and destroy the nests, which we also can't do with landmines because of the swampy swamp. Okay, so what even is the plan here? This is not... Do I have landfill? I have landfill, okay. Okay, we need to get a little bit closer to get that back in view. Stompy Stomp guy doing Stompy Stomp things, and there's still, yeah, still a decent chance of... Yeah, immune to landmines, as it turns out. I looked at this and was thinking, no physical resistance, 3,500 damage on the small one, that's not too difficult with landmines, but an immunity to landmines is pretty cool, I like that a lot. And then it's just going to be able to walk straight over the cliffs because it stomps. Okay, we're in fact not going to deal with that now. Oh, hey! Hey, buddy! Why were you over here? Were you coming to attack me from here? Okay, whatever. We are going to, instead of that, we are going to run away. We have discovered that it is in fact a Deathworld. Those guys kind of spooky, especially after being immune to landmines. We're going to have to come back with some better bullets. But I also kind of had a plan for that. Because... I'm at least just glad that we got all the stuff back. Oh, we've got Pistols of Shame, which we should store somewhere. Why don't we have... I thought we should have 2 Pistols of Shame. I don't have one equipped. Oh well. Yeah, so the idea was... Oh, I need some bacteria for this, but I think we can get bacteria for that pretty easily. Why are you guys... Ah, all this stuff backing up on... Yeah, you guys don't need to do that just yet. And then I've also got a pentapod, and then we also would like to get rid of a bunch of these things by having a wooden chest, and then putting all these things on a wooden chest, and then realizing we don't have the ammunition, so we're just going to burn that chest. And now we don't have to worry about quite so many pentapod eggs. We just do, yeah, we want to get the smelting online. The idea here was, here in theory, although we're not getting many nutrients, we're not getting many of these out, which is surprising. Oh, maybe we should cut rocket fuel. We should definitely cut rocket fuel, yeah. And so the way we're going to cut rocket fuel is... link all of these... Actually, not the one with the rare, with the uncommon stuff, because that's weird and different. But link this into the same green network. Other reasons why there is now a global thing. Yeah, there's a global green network rather than just a couple of different things. Yeah, and now we can look at how much rocket fuel we're getting out, and in particular, these inserters here that are taking stuff for the jellies. Yeah, we're going to have some of the output ones linked as well, but not because it matters. These are only going to work if we have rocket fuel of any quality less than... that's the wrong thing. Yeah, rocket fuel of any quality less than, say, 4... We actually really don't need... We don't need a lot of rocket fuel at all, do we? And that box is going to be super full. Yeah, we only need 50 to get to space, which is continuously surprising me. Yeah, set these limits so we don't have... Okay, so now all of the... And then this jelly is... The jelly I was thinking about using for something, but we can't. Because the thing we need for is Yumako Mash. Okay, whatever. But over here... we should have, yeah, a belt of nutrients, and we'll actually need to move all of this, won't we? We'll need to remove all of these things and also remove a lot of this stuff, because the idea was to take this as a belt of nutrients. Those guys are on the wrong side. Do I have nutrients? You guys can have nutrients. I have some fancy nutrients for someone. And then I have six pentapod eggs of the advanced kind, of which you will need these 6 pentapod eggs. Yeah, you can process that out. Okay, so that dealt with those pentapod eggs, and then we've also cut the rest of the pentapod eggs. And some of them might be... How many do you guys have? You have 2 each? 2 or 3 each? I'm okay with some of that, but we're going to grab some of your eggs and feed them in here to turn them into science, because I would rather the science spoils. And yeah, where are we doing this? I guess we're doing this over here? We could do this... Actually, we could do this kind of anywhere, which means maybe we do it down here. And I wanted to do some smelting and some bacterial growthy stuff. Where's a... Yeah, one of these chambers. If we do the... Yeah, we need to do the iron replication one first, because what we really need is more gears to match this agricultural science. So, I mean, do we even do this with quality? I don't think we do this with quality yet. I think we just say we want this to go pretty fast. Crafting speed 2.6, a bunch of productivity. This recipe is 3 extra bacteria per second. So we really only need 1 or 2 of these to get enough stuff to make my gears. Okay. Yeah, we are in a mode of hacking this stuff together. And what I wanted to do was go in and out, and so we have a line of bacteria stuff that these guys can all share. And then down here we're going to have a couple of boxes, which are just going to hold the things, and then on the other side we are going to pull out iron ore. And so, yeah, this can all be bacteria. Then on the other side, iron ore. We need a smelting fuel. Is this my last? So I also need to make more biochambers as well. What do biochambers need? Green circuits. Yeah, things we don't have. The iron plate that we don't have. Why don't... Oh no, it's just my bots are off. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so we need some iron. And there is a way to get iron bacteria, isn't there? One of spoilage and just a bunch of jelly. We have a bunch of jelly. Okay, so these guys are taking and producing the bacteria we want. And then we also need this belt here that is running this way, and now it instead needs to run... Yeah, and everything backing up is a bit of a shame. That is why we were trying to box everything. All of this is... Yeah, all of those nutrients are a little bit of a shame. We need to kind of do this quickly. Then we... Yeah, because we need a belt of both nutrients... And we need the nutrients, and also... Oh, actually, this is the previous smelting thing. This can all go away, and then I can have these things. Okay, we're gonna put the power back, and we have spoilage here as well, which I think means we do... Where's my little spoilage? My little spoilage boiler trick over here. Because we are going to be seeing a bunch of spoilage here, probably. And then these guys want to be fast inserters. So spoilage we can pull off the... Did I just do that around the wrong way? I think we did, didn't we? Yeah, we're going to set this filter up again. Spoilage of any quality. Okay, so we still need to, yeah, and then I would rather have done this slightly further down so we could do a double-sided thing for some copper as well. So we can have this here. Yeah, other than this whole spoilage thing, and then these guys also need to be connected to both water, which is here, and also steam, but I don't feel like dealing with that yet, so you guys can just have some tanks. And then, yeah, grab spoilage of any quality, and we're going to need to do that down here as well. Yeah, you guys grab the nutrients and fuels you need, and then we'll keep going. And then we should also not have any of the jellies to kick this off. So... we also then need to just box all of this in the same way, and hopefully it doesn't expire, but it probably will. Yeah, we need to go and get some of these... Yeah, so we're pulling some of them off here, and then also we need to do the same thing again here. I guess this is why we could use... Yeah, whatever. Some of that is running, and hopefully the rest of the factory... Yeah, the rest of the factory didn't back up. It's fine. We still have... Oh, we have a different problem now. Oh, because we cut the pentabot eyes. Of course we did. I'm okay with that, because that means that these guys will get used with all the slow red circuits coming up. Okay, give me jellies. Give me some assemblers. Have the assemblers make the... Actually, we don't need this many of them. Okay, do I have stuff that anyone wants that I can give away? Rocket fuel we've kind of cut. That all looks pretty healthy. We've got only a small chance to get these, but we got one. And one I think should be enough. Okay. Oh, that's right, because we did these the wrong way around. All of these should be... They should put first and then take, so that they can get their stuff back. That is an important step. So that when we give these things away... if this guy runs out... Okay, so we also need to do a thing where we would like a backup line of normal quality. Use filters for normal quality bioflux. Because we need to do this thing where these guys may or may not see it going past. Actually, now it looks like it's fine. Maybe we did just need... Okay, we are going to force this stuff in here. I think we can do a quality thing here as well, but also let's just worry about getting this smelted. So we did have a smelter line. We removed the smelter line. That's fine. This is going to be on the inside. So if we actually take... If this is no longer a repeatable pattern in any way. Oh well. Okay, these are bots. I had a slight panic for a moment thinking those were pentapod dudes of some kind that for some reason were descending on this part of the base. I've got some solid fuel. You guys can get going with the solid fuel. And then we want automation of, as a first thing, actually straight up just gear wheels. This is more than we need. Yeah, and also more than the iron we have. Whatever, don't care. We're going to extend it later, probably. I'm mostly just worried about... Oh, it's actually copper. Hilarious. It's actually copper. Okay. This does not change what we're doing in this case. I think it just means that we need to do the other thing as well. Okay, so we've got that there, and we've also got a space here where we can put copper. Future, where are you at? You're at Novice? You've got science. You could request like another 1,000 copper as well, and I'm pretty sure that's in the network. So could you just do that for me, please? And then, yeah, we're putting yellow science somewhere, it's probably fine. Okay, because we want to do this thing basically again for copper. So let's flip this, not that way, this way. And then change these recipes to breed copper. And the problem we're going to have here is that... Okay, number one, this is all a giant kludge, and I had a different pattern in mind before I was doing this in a panic for having run out of stuff I needed for science. Actually, yeah, what we should do is have... Maybe we should be, like, making belts and things like that here as well, as if we were an actual mall. Never mind, moving on. And then we also need to, yeah, deal with this stuff again as well. Oh, hey, you know what we can do? And we can make it fit. We can go... Yeah, fast inserter of spoilage of any quality. Yes, and then hook this in here. Connect this line to... Okay, it's on the wrong side, isn't it? Because I was going to put it here, but we kind of can't. You can go here. Not that way. Gross, gross, gross. And you guys ran out? You ran out of nutrients. Okay, that's fine. I think I still might want to be doing a special nutrient supply here. After we get... I mean, that's easy enough to restart. The thing we really need at the moment is the copper. And I moved this down so that this line, so we could actually have this here, but we also can't, because we are going to use that for another little nutrient bypass. So fine. You get in there, you guys get here. Am I out of fast inserters? I am out of fast inserters. And I need copper to be able to do those fast inserter things. That is mildly hilarious. Okay, so we're doing this with normal inserters. Do we have... Yeah, so this one was fast inserter. We're also short of red belt. Things I didn't expect. Okay, drop me some fast inserters, drop me some red belt, drop me some... Drop these things. Give me... Yeah, give me all the... Oh, you can't give me all the ore because we're already busy queuing things. Okay, fine. Okay, we should go and get some of the bacteria to kick this off. And then some of these also need to be... Yeah. Oh, no, wait. we just brought in these fast inserters as well, so this disaster can continue. How's the rest of the base doing? You guys are... Oh yeah, we need to get this steam system connected to... Why is this all spoiling? Oh, because we're just not using as many nutrients. Are we out? Are we at this point straight out of pentapod eyes? That is not necessarily something I'm unhappy about, because we're going to do this thing again, and we're just going to have another place where we can be... Yeah, just straight up pulling. Why didn't you have... You should have fast inserters now. Why don't we have... Oh, it's this thing again. Yeah, you need to stop asking for 1s and 2s of gears and that, so that you can actually get your decent deliveries of things you need. Thanks. This looks like it's going to connect here, and then the steam system we've got can be over here. Spaghetti time. And we should have maybe somewhat managed that spoilage of this stuff, kind of. Although it's still not great. And then over here we've got... Yeah, we've got other systems for managing spoilage. So, I actually just need a bunch of mash. Can you give me a bunch of mash? Because I need to be able to get the copper out. Not there, let's do it here. Yeah, I need to be able to get the copper out. But I also need quite a lot of mash to do this, because... we got some. Okay, amazing. You guys are done. Fantastic. Oh, now I've got the copper, this mash, which I don't really have any plans for. Whatever, you guys can have it. We've got to get this copper into this guy, who will then start duplicating copper, and then we also have to get... Not there. This belt, not there either, as it turns out. Yeah, this belt back into that buffer so that we can keep things running. And then we have... Yes. This spoilage is what it's supposed to look like, because this is how we are fueling... Yes. Okay. And so then also, we probably want to do something weird like grab spoilage of any... Yeah, this is what Factorio looks like, isn't it? Super normal. And we're just going to come this way, and then we're also going to grab more of this stuff, which is going to smelt something else, and we are going to spaghetti through all of this. Yeah, sure, why not? Over here... This should be long enough to span the entire thing, right? Yeah, fine. This is how things should work. And then... Super normal ways to put a base together to make red science. And then we also need to find pentapod eggs. Yeah, so all of this... But also, this is now the main store of stuff building up. So we need this to get into the power grid as well, but we've kind of already got... This isn't too far, is it? This will work out fine. We can drag both of these things... Yeah, this can be a water pipe of the same. We might also be able to run out, of pipes. We got some pipes. Let's go back to orbit and also grab more pipes. These are all the pipes we have, and also all the red belt, and also all the fast inserters. Yeah. Drop down all these gears as well. We need the gears. Okay. And then maybe we should have powered that. And if we can power that, then we should have... You guys are running? You guys also needed the stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we were going to do something a bit different there, but this at least should be some copper going into the red science that will let the red science continue. We need... Human. Oh yeah, because we changed it back to gears. We need just a bit of red science in here to get all this running again, and then we need to scramble some pentapod eggs from somewhere. We need to figure out what we're doing about this guy, who is largely immune to bullets. Also, we should have... Yeah, that was this kind of pattern again. The iron ore can just go down here? The iron ore can just go down here, it's fine. We can have a couple of these guys pulling spoilage out. Where is... this... Yeah, that connects, and then we've got pipe on a different hotbar. Do we have pipe on a different hotbar? Do we have a surplus of... You know what? The second one gets to make pipe. And not put it on that belt, because we are going to need a whole bunch of pipe. And we are... Like, I didn't really think that the bacteria would be particularly good, but I think this is another case of when you have... Yeah. You guys are still just running. You should be able to always have the bacteria you want as long as we've got the nutrients. Maybe we... I hope we have enough nutrients. Maybe we could do more productivity of nutrients instead. But yeah, I've got a whole lot of this stuff that I don't want. Get all of this stuff out of here. And then we do need to get the steam somewhere. But we also only need to get the steam to here. Yeah, I like the way that I said this was going to be, you know, we've kind of got Gleba to be a sensible, stable thing, and then it turns out to be a complete disaster. And then why are we not... Disable by controller behavior, and then because we had a pile of spoilage, we actually... Ah, no, that's what it is. We haven't been hitting the labs, and so we're not hitting the power grid, and so we aren't using the steam that's building up in the tanks. Cool. This is all still the same fluid system, which means that here is a place where we can just slap in 2 more tanks. And then we have to worry about getting some pentapod eyes. Where's a pentapod eye mission we can do? Down here? Hey dudes, I need your eggs. I know I was friendly before, and I am not now. And then also, so we've given this guy the egg. Maybe we should make sure that these guys can get all the nutrients they need. Yeah, and then... Also, let's run... Okay, we don't have the red belt for this. Give me the red belt that I want for this. We don't have a whole lot of red belt left. We also haven't got all that close to making a silo, have we? And that's also a thing we need to do at some point. Yeah, because this also lets us grab things from this side as well that might be spoilage, although it's basically the same at this point. Yeah, do we have... We could be making more pentapod eggs... spoil it. We're just sending, yeah, spoiled nutrients and things like that. I guess this is fine. Have we recovered this? We can do this with a fast inserter. Do we still have all our bots? I don't think I lost any bots dying to the giant pentapod a couple of times. We can have normal quality bioflux pulled off, and then I guess only some of you guys can do this because of where we put the rest of the stuff, which is a little bit of a shame. But we can have this belt... Oh hey! Things are not as stable as we might have expected. It is in fact the Stompy dude who's giving us some problems. So, cool. And then do we have the... Okay, we have some of the stuff to fix this. We still have cranes. We still maybe have the things we need to fix this. We need a radar, we need another combinator. I think we have all that stuff, don't we? We do have all that stuff. The problem is there's also now a Stompy dude who we were trying to figure out, yeah, two problems. Number one, a Stompy dude who we were trying to figure out how to kill that we didn't really have a way of killing. I wanted these guys to go like so. And then also the second problem being we now don't have a source of jelly fruit. I'm not sure, yeah, I'm not sure that's doing what I wanted because we needed to get the old ones off into this space. So I kind of also wanted this to be... Can we move this? Yes. Yeah, I kind of wanted this to be a space where we could also do some quality things, and we're not doing that because we're just hacking in random garbage. We also need to be able to get We also need to be able to get spoilage out of these chests? Do these guys have a chance of decaying into spoilage? That's not what I expected. Anyway, are the labs at least running again? Okay, so the labs are running, which means the power grid is kind of fine. The labs are about to not be running because we didn't have... because this thing has gone down and this guy is still here. Maybe we call this episode here? I think we've done a nice thing of... Oh yeah, these were the boilers that we've now basically moved down here to deal with the spoilage runoff. Yeah, maybe this is episode length. Maybe we need to go and deal with that guy. Science is kind of going. Let's go and see whether or not a human has bullets, and we are somewhat positive on bullets. Let's go and see whether Nalvis has yellow science. Nalvis has yellow science. We could actually be doing yellow science and stuff at this time. We also have a bunch of science in the chest. Does that mean that Future has loads of yellow science, but it doesn't have copper? Okay. We don't really have space for the copper at this point, so we won't add that at the moment. But yeah, it's weird. We're doing some science. We'll have a facility for even doing yellow science here that's already connected. We just are short of jellies, and that's pretty grim, and that's going to make everything else back up because we don't have the nutrients. So maybe we should actually go and fix this pretty quickly. Yeah, you guys have that stuff. Yeah. Oh, realizations. We actually kind of need to not be doing the pentapod eggs anymore, do we? Because we need to fix the jelly thing first. Yeah, so you get rid of all of those. Yeah, give me all your nutrients back. This is going to suck for everyone. But not as much as if all these guys kind of explode. 11 here. I've got some. Do you guys still have nutrient? Do I have any? I've got expensive nutrient for you. I wonder if down here... Yeah, okay. Oh, wow, we've got... This is where the nutrient was. This is why we're not getting nutrient in the other places that need nutrient. Super interesting. Okay. Maybe we can do a thing with that later. You know what we can do? This was not what I was supposed to be doing at all at this point. I was supposed to be actually dealing with the problems that we have. If nutrient is bigger than, say, 80. So this guy still has some nutrient. In fact, it's got nutrient from over here as well. And then here we're putting basic nutrient back on the belt, which we can use for our smelting, which is super cool. Yeah, so we wanted to shut this whole thing down because... Actually, we didn't want to shut that down. We wanted to give these guys the pentapod eggs so we could process those out so that we didn't have any pentapods that would explode, like these guys would. Yeah, okay, so all of that's going to be spoilage. That's going to suck. I've already got a car here that I'd already fueled. Yeah, so Gleba's getting it done. That's going to be the end of episode 15. The base is in a bit of a shambles because we don't have any jelly. Because this guy, medium stomper pentapod, 8,000 health, 50% physical damage resistance, immune to landmines, is standing on top of my cranes. I think maybe this just means that the immediate short-term fixes, we were thinking about putting some of these down, so maybe we do that. Maybe we also destroy this guy's nest while he's not there. But yeah, cool new monsters. I asked for a Marathon Deathworld. We are indeed experiencing a mess. And yeah, maybe I'll come up with some kind of plan. Maybe I'll just die a couple more times. We'll see. That'll be the next episode.